2025 has been devastating for the gay entertainment community. From January through October, 5 talented gay male performers died under circumstances ranging from tragic accidents to health crises to gun violence. And Hollywood's response has been deafening silence, proving the industry only values performers when they're commercially useful. These aren't just statistics. These are artists who brought joy, representation, and authentic talent to screens worldwide. Their deaths deserved industry-wide memorials, career retrospectives, and sustained conversations about the systemic issues contributing to their losses. Instead, most received brief social media acknowledgments before entertainment media moved on to covering premieres and box office numbers. From the Vivien's ketamine cardiac arrest in January to Jonathan Joss's murder in June, these deaths revealed how little Hollywood actually values gay performers once cameras stop rolling. Their legacies deserve more than industry amnesia. Number 3 died at 32 after leg amputation from infection. Number 1's death sparked 0 major Hollywood statements despite decades of groundbreaking work. Which silence disgusts you most? Subscribe because these artists deserve better than industry indifference. 1. The Vivien. Ketamine cardiac arrest, January 5th. The Vivien, born James Lee Williams, age 32, died January 5, 2025 from ketamine-induced cardiac arrest. Hollywood's major studios and networks issued 0 official statements despite her historic role as first-ever RuPaul's Drag Race UK winner and Dancing on Ice's first drag contestant breaking British television barriers. January 5th announcement from publicist Simon Jones broke hearts worldwide. James was incredibly loved, warm-hearted, and amazing person, Jones said, initially withholding cause of death. March 17th follow-up revealed the devastating truth. Effects of ketamine use causing cardiac arrest. Here's what makes Hollywood's silence particularly insulting. The Vivien wasn't an obscure performer. She won major British competition series, competed on All Stars 7, making history as first international contestant on US Drag Race, and appeared on Celebrity Juice Emmerdale Celebrity Mastermind, demonstrating mainstream British television embrace. But American entertainment industry treated her death like non-event. No statements from VH1 or Paramount Plus despite her All Stars 7 participation bringing American visibility. No memorials during subsequent Drag Race episodes. Just social media tributes from fellow queens while industry machinery kept spinning without acknowledging loss. The ketamine revelation sparked important conversation about substance abuse in entertainment community. Jones explicitly stated, "I hope by releasing this information we can raise awareness about dangers of ongoing ketamine usage." Yet major entertainment outlets covered story briefly before moving on, missing opportunity for sustained discussion about mental health and substance abuse affecting performers. Her age made tragedy more painful. At 32, the Vivien was entering career prime with crossover mainstream potential beyond drag community. Dancing on Ice third-place finish proved she could succeed in formats beyond drag competition, suggesting expanded opportunities that death tragically prevented. But here's where Hollywood's silence revealed systematic devaluation of drag performers. When mainstream actors die young, industry shuts down with memorials, retrospectives, and sustained coverage. Drag performer with comparable achievements dies. Brief acknowledgement before business as usual resumes. The British entertainment community responded better than American industry. UK television personalities, fellow drag performers, and British media provided sustained coverage honoring her legacy. This transatlantic difference demonstrated how American entertainment particularly fails memorializing diverse performers unless they achieved Hollywood A-list status. Her Dancing on Ice participation broke significant barrier. First drag artist competing on mainstream skating competition represented visibility milestone that future performers will build upon. Yet this historic achievement received minimal recognition in obituaries focusing primarily on Drag Race without acknowledging broader cultural impact. The family's grief was compounded by public nature of death and subsequent cause revelation. Jones's decision to share ketamine information aimed at preventing similar tragedies, but required navigating privacy versus public health concerns during devastating loss. Today, the Vivien's January 5th death stands as 2025's first major loss, demonstrating Hollywood's selective memorialization. Her achievements deserved industry-wide recognition that never materialized, proving that drag performers remain marginalized even after achieving mainstream crossover success that would guarantee remembrance for traditional actors. Drop a 1 if you think the Vivien's death deserved major Hollywood memorials acknowledging her historic achievements breaking British television barriers. 2. Jonathan Joss, murdered June 1st, age 59. Jonathan Joss, voice of John Redcorn on King of the Hill and Chief Ken Hotate on Parks and Recreation, was shot and killed June 1, 2025 outside his San Antonio home by neighbor Sigfredo Seja Alvarez. Hollywood's response? Minimal coverage treating gay Latino actor's murder as local crime story rather than industry tragedy. June 1st shooting occurred at Joss's former home where confrontation with neighbor turned fatal. His husband Tristan Kern de Gonzalez described final moments. "I kept telling him, it's okay, you need to cross over, you don't need to keep struggling. You need to go ahead and cross over easy." Here's what makes this silence particularly damaging. Jonathan Joss wasn't marginal performer. He voiced iconic King of the Hill character across 12 seasons and appeared in Parks and Recreation, Ray Donovan, Tulsa King, and Walker, Texas Ranger. His voice work reached millions, while his openly gay identity provided crucial representation. But mainstream entertainment coverage treated his murder as brief news item. No major network statements, no NBC memorial despite Parks and Recreation Association, no Fox acknowledgement despite King of the Hill being foundational animated series, just scattered obituaries before industry moved on. The murder circumstances raised questions about homophobia's potential role. While investigation details weren't fully publicized, neighbor-on-neighbor violence against openly gay man warranted deeper examination than brief crime reporting provided. Entertainment media missed opportunity to discuss violence threatening performers in their own homes. His husband's public grief demonstrated love story Hollywood rarely acknowledges. Tristan's presence during Jonathan's final moments and subsequent media statements showed decades-long partnership deserving recognition beyond crime coverage focusing primarily on violence rather than celebrating relationship and career achievements. But here's where silence became systematic erasure. Voice actors already receive less recognition than on-screen performers despite equal talent and cultural impact. Gay Latino voice actor murdered? Industry treated loss as barely noteworthy while continuing to profit from his archived performances, generating ongoing revenue through streaming platforms. The King of the Hill revival discussions following his death failed, acknowledging his absence. Hulu's animated series revival announcement came months after Jonathan's murder. Yet press coverage rarely mentioned losing actor who voiced recurring character across original show's run, treating him as replaceable rather than irreplaceable creative contributor. His Native American heritage added representation layer Hollywood systematically ignores. Jonathan brought authentic indigenous perspective to Native characters, avoiding stereotypical portrayals common in mainstream media. His death meant losing performer bridging multiple marginalized identities, providing crucial multifaceted representation. The musician aspect of his career received minimal posthumous attention. Beyond voice acting, Jonathan performed music incorporating Native American traditions into contemporary styles. This artistic dimension disappeared from most obituaries, focusing narrowly on television work without acknowledging full creative scope. Today, Jonathan Joss's June 1st murder stands as profound loss, receiving inadequate industry recognition. His two-decade career bringing authentic representation to animated and live-action television deserved sustained memorials examining his cultural contributions beyond brief crime reporting, treating his death as local incident rather than entertainment community tragedy. Drop a 2 if you think Jonathan Joss's murder deserved major industry memorials honoring his decades of representation as gay Latino Native American performer. 3. Jiggly Caliente, April 27th, age 44. Jiggly Caliente, born Bianca Castro Arabejo, age 44, died April 27, 2025 at 4:42 a.m. following severe infection requiring right leg amputation. 3 days earlier, she'd been hospitalized with serious health setback. Hollywood offered condolences, but no sustained conversation about healthcare access for trans performers. April 24th, hospitalization brought devastating news. Severe infection necessitated amputating most of right leg. April 27th brought worse. She passed away peacefully just 3 days after amputation, suggesting infection complications exceeded medical intervention capabilities despite emergency surgery attempting to save her life. Here's what makes this loss particularly tragic. Jiggly first broke through on Drag Race Season 4 in 2012, winning hearts with larger-than-life personality and iconic baked potato couture moment lip-syncing Britney's Toxic. Her 2016 coming out as trans woman represented important visibility evolution within drag community. But her post-transition career demonstrated systematic barriers trans performers face. While cisgender Drag Race alumni secured major brand deals and entertainment opportunities, Jiggly worked primarily within trans-specific casting for shows like Broad City, Search Party, and Pose. Representation important, but revealing how industry typecasts trans talent rather than considering them for diverse roles. The sudden infection raising questions about healthcare access. Did she have adequate insurance? Could earlier intervention have prevented severity requiring amputation? These questions went unasked by entertainment media, treating her death as sad but inevitable rather than examining systemic healthcare issues affecting trans performers navigating industry without comprehensive benefits. Her All Stars 6 return demonstrated continued talent and fan devotion. Though short-lived, her comeback proved audiences wanted seeing her perform again. Yet this translated into minimal sustained opportunities between All Stars 6 and her death, suggesting industry couldn't figure out how to properly utilize beloved trans performer beyond occasional competition appearances. But here's where Hollywood's response revealed transphobia underlying diversity claims. When cisgender performers die after brief illness, industry generates sustained coverage examining their lives and contributions. Trans performer dies following traumatic medical emergency, brief social media tributes before moving on without sustained conversation about healthcare, industry support systems, or representation barriers she navigated. The Filipino Drag Race judging role represented career pinnacle. Transitioning from contestant to judge on her Heritage's spin-off series demonstrated full-circle success story. Yet American entertainment largely ignored this achievement, treating Filipino Drag Race as less prestigious than U.S. franchise despite representing meaningful cultural milestone. Her Pose casting should have led to more opportunities. Ryan Murphy's groundbreaking series about trans ballroom community provided platform for trans performers, including Jiggly. But industry failed translating Pose's success into sustained opportunities for its trans cast beyond that specific project focused explicitly on trans experiences. The rapid decline from healthy to deceased shocked community still processing amputation news when death announcement came. 3-day timeline between amputation and death suggested complications more severe than public statements indicated, raising questions about infection's nature and whether earlier treatment could have changed outcome. Today, Jiggly Caliente's April 27th death stands as loss, receiving inadequate industry response beyond social media condolences. Her journey from Drag Race breakout to trans visibility icon to Pose actress deserved sustained examination of both her achievements and systemic barriers she faced navigating entertainment as trans woman of color. Drop a 3 if you think Jiggly Caliente's death deserves serious industry conversation about healthcare access and representation barriers facing trans performers. 4. Tim Krueger, March 1st, age 44. Tim Krueger, German adult film star and Tim Tales co-creator, age 44, died March 1, 2025 from tragic yet simple accident at home with no drugs or foul play involved. Adult entertainment community mourned while mainstream Hollywood pretended entire industry doesn't exist despite profiting from performers crossing over. March 1st statement from Tim Tales website confirmed details. Tragic yet simple accident at home, with explicit clarification that there were no drugs involved, nor was there any indication of foul play or suicide. This defensive specificity suggested concern about stigma surrounding adult performer deaths requiring preemptive clarification. Here's what makes mainstream silence particularly hypocritical. Adult entertainment industry generates billions annually, while Hollywood systematically excludes performers from legitimate recognition. Tim Krueger built successful platform, directed films, and performed for nearly 20 years. Legitimate creative entrepreneurship that mainstream entertainment refuses acknowledging. His Tim Tales co-creation with longtime partner Grobes Garrett demonstrated business acumen beyond performing. Running successful adult platform required production, marketing, and technical skills identical to mainstream content creation. Yet entertainment media treating adult industry as completely separate universe unworthy of coverage or respect. The tragic yet simple accident phrasing raised questions deliberately left unanswered. Home accidents range widely in nature, and statements' vagueness while explicitly denying drugs suggested complicated circumstances requiring privacy while still providing some public closure to devoted fanbase and professional community. But here's where Tim's death revealed systematic devaluation of adult performers. When mainstream actors die at 44, industry generates extensive coverage examining careers and contributions. Adult performer with comparable career span and business success. Silence beyond community-specific outlets serving audience that mainstream entertainment pretends doesn't exist. His 2006 debut began career spanning nearly 2 decades. Longevity in physically demanding industry requiring sustained appeal demonstrated professional dedication matching any mainstream entertainment career. Yet this longevity receives zero recognition from industry, simultaneously stealing content and performers while refusing legitimacy or respect. The Germany-based operation demonstrated European adult entertainment's different cultural relationship. While American adult industry faces systematic stigma, European operations like Tim Tales existed within slightly more accepted creative economy. Tim's success demonstrated how business model worked when cultural stigma was marginally reduced. His partner's grief statement emphasized love and legacy. "My heart is broken into pieces. I find solace in countless memories he gifted us. I know he died knowing he was loved." This human vulnerability and grief statement deserved same empathy extended to mainstream entertainment couples. Yet cultural stigma around adult entertainment prevented mainstream media from covering loss beyond industry-specific outlets. The directorial and production work demonstrated creative ambition beyond performing. Like mainstream actors transitioning behind camera, Tim built multifaceted career encompassing performance, direction, and platform management. This creative evolution deserved recognition, matching mainstream performers' similar career progression. Today, Tim Krueger's March 1st death stands as loss acknowledged only within adult entertainment community, while mainstream Hollywood maintaining systematic erasure of performers generating billions in revenue that studios and platforms profit from through premium subscription services, while refusing industry workers basic legitimacy or posthumous respect. Drop a 4 if you think adult entertainment performers deserve mainstream recognition and respectful obituary coverage matching their legitimate creative contributions and entrepreneurship. 5. Richard Chamberlain, March 29th, age 90. Richard Chamberlain, the king of miniseries, who came out in 2003 autobiography, age 90, died March 29, 2025 from stroke complications. His death received major coverage, treating him as television legend while largely erasing his decades-long closeting and late-life coming-out's cultural significance for gay representation evolution. March 29th. Death came hours before his 91st birthday following stroke at his Waimanalo, Hawaii home. Publicist Harlan Bowl confirmed passing of actor whose Dr. Kildare role, 1960s, and miniseries work in Shogun and the Thornbirds made him television royalty across multiple decades and generations. Here's what makes obituary coverage problematic despite its extensiveness. Most major outlets focused exclusively on his television achievements while minimizing or completely ignoring his 2003 autobiography Shattered Love, where he publicly acknowledged being gay after 6-decade career maintaining closeted public image protecting his leading man status. The closeting context matters crucially for understanding his career. Chamberlain spent decades hiding fundamental identity aspect because industry explicitly required heterosexual image from romantic leads. His success came through systematic self-denial that younger generations of gay actors no longer face thanks partly to pioneers like him eventually coming out. But his 2003 coming out at age 69 sparked controversy within community. Some celebrated his courage while others criticized waiting until career was essentially over to acknowledge sexuality, asking whether late coming out helped next generation or simply protected his own interests through calculated timing minimizing professional risk. The 3 Golden Globes and miniseries dominance demonstrated undeniable talent. Shogun and the Thornbirds became cultural phenomena largely due to his performances anchoring multi-hour event television. Yet this success depended on audiences believing his heterosexual romantic storylines. Authenticity impossible if his actual sexuality had been public knowledge during peak fame. But here's where his death coverage revealed ongoing discomfort with gay actor history. Obituaries treating him simply as television legend without examining closeting's psychological toll, or discussing how industry homophobia forced his deception erased crucial context about entertainment industry's systematic discrimination spanning his entire career. His relationship with Martin Rabbit, his longtime partner, received minimal obituary coverage. Most pieces mentioned partner briefly while focusing extensively on his television work. Continuing pattern of minimizing gay relationships while celebrating professional achievements as if they existed separately, rather than being fundamentally intertwined aspects of complete human experience. The Hawaii home where he died represented life built after coming out. His final decades involved some freedom to live authentically after career no longer required closeting. Yet even this late-life authenticity receives minimal recognition in coverage treating his sexuality as biographical footnote rather than central aspect of understanding his career and life trajectory. His generation's closeting was survival strategy rather than personal choice. Industry explicitly required heterosexual image from leading men during his career peak. Criticizing his late coming out ignores that earlier revelation would have ended career immediately without achieving legendary status that made his eventual coming out culturally significant. Today, Richard Chamberlain's March 29th death sparked legitimate television legend memorials that largely erased his coming out significance for gay representation history. His complex legacy deserved coverage examining both his achievements and the systematic homophobia requiring decades of closeting before late-life authenticity became professionally safe. Drop a 5 if you think Richard Chamberlain obituaries should have deeply examined closeting's toll rather than treating his sexuality as minor biographical detail. 5 deaths, 5 failures of industry recognition. From the Vivien's ketamine tragedy to Jonathan's murder, Jiggly's medical crisis to Tim's accident to Richard's closeted legend status, 2025 proved Hollywood only values gay performers when they're commercially useful. The silence isn't accidental. It's systematic devaluation of artists whose achievements deserved sustained memorials, career retrospectives, and honest conversations about issues contributing to their losses. Instead, brief social media acknowledgments before business as usual resumed. The Vivien deserved All-Stars Memorial. Jonathan deserved NBC tribute. Jiggly deserved healthcare conversation. Tim deserved industry legitimacy. Richard deserved closeting examination. None received what they earned through decades of entertaining millions. Which loss hurt you most? These weren't just performers, they were pioneers, groundbreakers, and talented artists whose deaths revealed how little Hollywood actually values diverse talent once cameras stop rolling and profits cease flowing. Subscribe because 2025's losses deserve better than industry amnesia. These artists mattered. Their legacies demand remembrance beyond brief trending hashtags before entertainment machinery moves on to next premiere.